Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that's going to let you make one super easily. And then you can distribute it everywhere and even earn money doing this. All in one place. And it's free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and even edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard.
Ever since we discovered Spotify for Podcasters, it's been really great. Really get the people involved and ask questions and get ideas for new podcasts. So it's really helped us. And I highly recommend you give it a try. So download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got. If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.
All right, kids. Listen.
Don't
Podcast,
listen to this.
if you're not of age.
What's of age?
This is 18 and up. Look, we're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words. And probably some things that might offend you. But
Don't listen to this.
can't wait till you listen.
Yeah, don't
If
do
you're
it.
18 and up.
Don't do it.
If you're 18 and
Yeah.
up.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
Yes, we're back again. Episode 4. Epstein, the finale, the piece of shit. Before we get into though, I just wanted to say, guys, obviously appreciate you listening. We appreciate all the support. If you like the content, make sure you follow us on social media. That really helps, support us and keep us doing this.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
back to the pedophile story.
So if you have not listened to episode 1, 2, and 3, come on now, get back there. Do episode 1, 2, and 3. This is 4. This is going to be the death and the conspiracies of Epstein.
Oh yeah.
4 in the final.
So the last one was on the island itself. He was arrested in July of 2019.
Okay.
And then on August 10th, 2019 at 6:33 a.m., Epstein was found unresponsive in his cell. According to New York Post, Epstein was discovered in a kneeling position with a strip of the bed sheet around his neck. And so he was kneeling, it was tied to one of the beds, and he was leaning forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It wasn't like hanging from a ceiling.
No.
He was
on the ground.
kneeling forward.
yeah.
Yeah, kneeling forward with a little strip of one of the bed sheets tied to the bunk.
Yeah, because it's
A
super
little
easy.
strip, yeah.
Super easy.
Yeah.
He wouldn't just lean backwards.
Yeah.
Right. to stop from dying.
So he was 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1", 185, 190 pounds. You know what I mean? Big dude. That's not like that big, but it's
No, it's
it's bigger than
been-
normal.
Yeah, bigger than average.
Bigger than average. Yeah.
In a strip. I love it as like a strip.
I know.
No, so
He's like with a shoestring.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
so like you take a bed sheet and
I understand.
It was a
I'm just
strip.
saying. It's like
Yeah, it
he
makes
kinda-
it sound like it's like a little,
a little
shoestring.
I know. It must like the thread count on that was super high.
The staff called for medical assistance, life-saving measures.
After they woke up.
Yeah, especially the guard.
Whoops.
So they tried to resuscitate him. They couldn't. He was taken to the hospital. He was pronounced dead at 7:36 a.m. So following a lengthy investigation, the U.S. Justice Department Inspector General released a report on June 27th that found widespread negligence and mismanagement at the now closed Metro Correctional Center in Manhattan.
They just nuked the whole prison. Like, get rid of this shit.
So they came out with a report basically the next year, and they said widespread negligence. Then they closed the place down.
AKA corruption.
Yep. That's what negligence means in prison. It's corruption.
Yes. They closed it down, and they said that the center gave Epstein ample opportunity to end his own life. The report concluded no foul play was involved in Epstein's death, but cited significant misconduct and dereliction of duties among the staff.
They were like, here, just take my gun. Just slide it on the tail. Whoop.
So that's essentially the summary of what we're going to be talking about here.
Yeah.
Right? And so here we go. Timeline of the events.
Yeah, step by step.
Of Epstein's
Eric's
final...
specialty.
Yeah, Epstein's final life. A lot of this is taken from the Federal Bureau of Prison documents. So this is as
as I guess
as
as
official
official legit
as we can get, right? So July 6th, he's arrested.
Okay.
July 6th, Epstein's arrested on charges of federal sex trafficking. He was arrested at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey upon his flight from Paris. He was transported to the Metro Correctional Center in New York, where he was placed in general inmate population.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
A facilities assistant noted Epstein appeared when he walked in distraught, sad, and a little confused, as well as dazed and withdrawn. She sent an email suggesting that a psychologist speak to him just to be on the safe side and prevent suicidal thoughts.
I was
But
going to say, like, a psychologist doesn't prevent suicidal thoughts.
I know, but it's
I understand
the action that they can do.
she's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, if anything, this was probably the only one who
The
did
only
anything
person,
right.
the
That's
only,
right. That's
the,
right.
the one non-negligent employee.
Yes.
Something's wrong with him.
But go figure, this is an email, right? So it's documented. This happened.
This is on the server.
Yes.
Right?
But the on-call psychologist was not actually contacted. So she essentially just sent it to somebody, and then nobody did anything
They were
about
like,
it.
spam. Trash.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's Janet? Don't care.
Okay, so July 7th, after 22 hours in general population.
Yeah, Gen Pop.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Please leave in the elation. Like, I need that to stay.
So he was moved to a section called SHU, which is Special Housing Unit.
Okay.
And it was pending reclassification due to the unusual media coverage and the awareness of his notoriety.
his discretions.
Yes. I mean, in short, he's the most famous prisoner there.
And he's the most famous pedophile on earth.
Yeah. So they moved him to SHU. We'll call it SHU, Special Housing Unit. Yeah. Okay.
Which is probably a little bit more protected, and
it's
isolated.
like you're isolated. Yeah.
More resources,
I think it's like you're not around all the people that want you dead.
Yeah.
So there you
Even
go.
the famous people get special name prisons.
This is fucking bullshit.
Shoot program.
I know. They would have been
training
like,
day.
they'd have been like, Sean seemed fine. He wanted to stay in general population.
Yeah. Put him in cell 1.
Like he doesn't need a cell. Just put him in the commissary.
Yeah. Okay, July 8th now, Epstein appeared in court. He pled not guilty to everything.
It's just like ridiculous.
Everything.
Like, what a fucking
Yeah.
Well, he really thought he was probably going to get off.
Oh, for sure he did.
Yeah.
He's like, I got this tape on this guy, on this guy.
He's like,
I'm getting off for sure.
I had a threesome with one of the dream team. I'm good.
Ghislaine, get the tapes. Get the tapes, Ghislaine. Get the tapes.
That was my phone call.
1,000 cameras. We got something
We
for
got
sure.
1,000 cameras.
Who's the chief justice on this one?
Epstein, at that time in court, he denied any suicidal thoughts. The forensic psychologist determined he didn't have any mental illnesses. The psychologist recommended Epstein be evaluated for suicide risk. He was placed on psychological observation, which is just a basic form of monitoring with less. It's not quite suicide watch, but it's just, hey, we're going to keep an eye on you.
Like a guy walks by every once in a while. You doing okay, bro?
Yeah. Extra report, maybe. You know what I mean? Extra form. Yeah. Okay. July 9th. Epstein underwent an in-person suicide risk assessment that determined suicide watch was not warranted at that time. Still, it recommended he should remain on psychological observation out of an abundance of caution. So I don't know what the form is that is the risk assessment. There's got to be a suicide risk assessment form or list of things. It's an assessment.
Sort of a SOP.
Yeah, like, is he crazy? Is he depressed? Is he?
I also think that I think they were really pushing this to be like somebody keep an eye on him.
Yeah,
I don't think because we want him to. He needs to burn. This guy needs to go down.
Yeah.
So I don't even think there was like
a lot of people that wanted him to go through the trial.
I'm saying I don't think because it seems he's like I'm not going to kill myself. We're good, and they're I think we're going to keep some eyes on you.
Right.
But you need to go down for this shit.
Yeah.
Either that or could have been a setup. But it's like, okay, we're going to label him as suicide.
Oh, maybe you got to paint the picture.
Yeah.
Well, he was. Look at the assessment.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
The threat assessment,
Where's the assessment?
said that he was a threat assessed.
Okay, so this is the weird part. So that was July 9th. And like I said, he was not needed. Like it was determined he did not suicide watch. Okay. Next day, okay, July 10th. Epstein was removed from observation on July 10th and put into SHU.
Okay.
Okay. It is listed as the reason for being put into SHU now on July 10th was risk factors for suicidality and safety concerns.
So they're like
to keep him in general.
So they're like, he's not a threat to himself.
Right.
Put him in the special.
Next day. Next day. He's a threat.
That's sketch. That's
Yeah.
super sketch.
Yeah. So in the SHU, their inmates are assigned to 6 separate tiers, each of which have 8 cells.
Yeah.
Essentially in SHU. Yeah. Just to give you an idea of how big it is.
It's not small.
Tiers, you mean like levels?
Flights, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so fast forward a week, July 16th, Epstein made a phone call to an unknown recipient.
This is a big problem for me.
Yeah.
How the fuck can he make a phone call that they don't because that phone call is not privileged unless it's to his lawyer. So
everything is recorded. If it's not to your lawyer.
Yeah,
then
the only thing that
all
is
phone
privileged is
calls.
the lawyer. It doesn't matter. You call your mom, they're fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on record. That's
Yep.
on. That's
Yep.
on
Yeah.
record.
And the next part of this is no recordings of the call exist.
This is fucking bullshit.
It's unknown whether it was a legal call or a personal call.
I mean, I guess he could say it was a legal call, and it could be like to Ghislaine. She's a power attorney. She's my attorney. She's the
this
power of an attorney.
So this is what the federal representative of the Federal Bureau of Prisons said. He said, given the limited information known about Epstein, knowledge of the content of any social calls would have been crucial to helping staff work with him.
Yeah, because if he calls like his mom and he's like, I need to end it. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
All we know is that at around 7 p.m., it was a phone call to a number with a New York City area code, and he told the guards he was going to speak to his mom.
There
His
you go.
mom,
And they're like, go for it, bro.
Yeah.
Here, use my cell phone. Like,
We don't need to record that one.
unbeknownst to them, his
Come on
mom
now.
died years earlier.
Oh, shit.
he's like an orphan. Like he never had a mom. Like, what the fuck?
So let's make it known the unmonitored call is against the Bureau of Prisons policy. But Epstein was given special permission.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how much money went to that person's bank account.
So this is what federal investigators say now. They say, in actuality, Epstein speaks with someone with whom he allegedly has a personal relationship. It is assumed it is a new girlfriend named Karina Shulyak.
I guarantee it wasn't her. Just saying.
P.S. Now he has a new girlfriend. And anyways, whatever.
I know it's probably
Jesus
to Bill
Christ.
Clinton. He's like, "Hello," and he's like, "Bill, you gotta get me out of this."
William.
Listen, Jeffrey,
I'm in here in a little rock right now.
I did not have an orgy at your.
Oh, man, we are idiots. I love it.
They're assholes. Yeah. Continue, please.
Okay, following the call, Epstein goes back to his cell, and at that time, he did not have a cellmate. Okay, so July 18th, 2 days later, a federal judge denies his bail and his request for pretrial release. So he was basically like,
Let me go to my house.
yes. He's like, I should be let out.
Dude, you have 2 jets. Like
Yeah.
you were the definition of a flight risk.
Yeah. And according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, they said this was a significant disappointment for Mr. Epstein and likely challenged his ability and willingness to adapt to incarceration.
Oh, poor him.
Yeah.
Fucker.
How many people
So you
easily
can see,
adapt
you
to
can
incarceration?
See, you can see where this report is going, right? This is why he became depressed.
Oh yeah, he was super.
So now he couldn't adapt.
Unlike most
That's
people,
what I was saying.
Unlike most people, he was super sad when he went to prison.
Right, unlike most people. What the fuck?
Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, he was sad. He looks sad. Let's put him in SHU.
I mean, the idea of prison makes me sad. I'm not in it. Like, fuck. Of course, it sucks. That's the point.
So 5 days later, Epstein actually attempted suicide. He was found on the floor of his cell with a bedsheet strip around his neck.
The same fucking. What the fuck?
Attempted, right?
Attempted.
Yes. Okay.
So
He
they're like,
survived.
Yeah.
so they were like, just put new sheets on the bed. No big deal. Let's put some new
He
sheets.
survived, and his injuries didn't even require hospitalization. And then he was placed on 24-hour suicide watch from there.
Yeah, really. You sure it wasn't 18-hour suicide watch?
And wouldn't they take away bed sheets and shoelaces and everything? And
Seriously, what the
You're
fuck?
gonna get really mad come the day of his death. Yeah, I'll tell you on that note. Yeah. Hey guys, hope we're enjoying the show so far. We wanted to take a break and just remind you of the different ways that you can support our podcast. The first and foremost is you can subscribe by clicking the follow button on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts. It's on the show page. It's really easy. You just click it and subscribe. What this does is it makes it so you get notified every new release that comes out. Another way is by simply following us on social media. This is Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. But one of the best ways that you can support our podcast is to help us grow. And how do you do that? You can share the show with friends and family. Okay, thanks a bunch, everybody. Now back to the show. Okay, so after 31 hours, he was removed from suicide watch.
He's good now.
Yeah.
He's totally Gucci now.
31 hours later, he was removed.
So he's
So
he had-
24-hour lockdown, and then it's like,
He had a nap. He had a nap. He's feeling good.
He
Had
a
some
nap.
toast.
Yeah.
He's feeling.
Yeah, an egg.
Yeah, I know. He's feeling up to it.
So on July 26th, he described himself to, this is per Federal Bureau of Prisons for reports and witnesses. Epstein described himself as a coward and as someone who does not like pain.
Now, what is okay? Real quick, what state was this? Was this in New York where he was incarcerated? Right.
Yeah.
I know that in like most states, there is kind of a mandatory hold period if you do like attempt to take your life.
Oh, yeah, okay.
For psychological evaluation,
Yeah.
it's usually 48 to 72 hours. So the fact that they were like 31 hours, we're like, he's Gucci.
Right.
Let him go back to his everyday life.
Yeah.
Let him make any more private phone calls if he needs to.
Okay, so on July 28th, Epstein complained that the toilet in his cell wouldn't stop constantly flushing, which left him sitting in the corner of his cell with his hands over his ears, claiming to feel agitated and unable to sleep all night long.
I could see a little CIA psychological warfare that is like,
Yeah. Oops, I did it again.
he's like, shut it off, fucking kill myself. I came in like a wrecking ball. Just like nonstop
Pop music.
for like 31 hours, a kid's bop, and it's like, fucking kill
Kids
me.
bop.
God damn it. Where are the sheets?
Okay, next day, Epstein was removed from psychological observation. So this is like a level down from suicide watch.
Because they were 24 hours, they're 31 hours. Okay.
That's enough.
Another
Yeah.
observation.
Which means they probably talked to him for like 8 minutes a day. Like,
Yeah.
you know, what do you see in this Rorschach picture?
Yeah. Interestingly enough, there's a discrepancy on which date he was pulled off of observation. Per the Federal Bureau of Prisons, they don't know. It was either the 29th or the 30th of July.
I love that it's like, it's
one of these.
It was in July.
So on this day, the staff noticed that there were disk failures in their DVR system.
Sure.
Fucking, we forgot to pay our TiVo subscription. And so the DVR.
So what they determined that day was half of the institution's security cameras were not recording anything. Although those cameras continued to provide live feeds, they weren't saving or recording anything.
Such fucking bullshit.
So if you're watching the screens, you're like, yeah, it's still working. I can see the guys. It's more just a sight into what's happening live.
So it's
There's
like,
nothing
yeah, it's like recording just no memory cards.
Yes, exactly. Okay. July 30th, Epstein was transferred back to the SHU where he was assigned now a cellmate. So he was given the cell that was closest to the correction officer's desk in the common area just to keep an eye on him because he continued to complain about lack of sleep. He had sleep apnea, constipation, tension, back pain. He was pre-diabetic, all of these different things he reported. And so he was put to the closest cell to the correctional
It's funny
desk.
how he goes to prison and all of these problems magically surface. Like, he wasn't bitching about that when he was fucking in orgy boning on the island. His back was fucking totally fine.
So his cell was 15 feet away from the officer's desk.
Okay.
Okay.
15 feet.
Yeah.
Right.
July 31st, he appeared in federal court for the first time since his suicide attempt. Per the reports, he didn't show any signs of injury. August 1st, prison officials met with Epstein and conducted a suicide risk assessment again, after which they determined it was not necessary to place him on suicide watch again. Okay? So I guess he made it through.
Yeah, whatever the
They're
test.
like, okay, yeah, you're ready.
He's fine
You're
now.
ready. Yeah.
Yes.
He's ready. He's past
Yes.
flying colors.
Yes.
He's
7
loving
days.
it now. He loves prison.
So 7 days later, 7 days.
adapted.
Yeah, 7 days later, Epstein purchased $73.85 worth of items from the commissary. AM, FM radio, set of headphones, etc. And it was described in the report that was his indication of adapting.
Oh, that he spent money?
Yes. So now this justifies them taking him off suicide watch because now he's going to listen to the ball game.
He bought three three bags of
Yes.
Cheez-Its.
Okay, so on this day is when the staffers get the replacement hard drives they needed to fix the cameras.
Perfect.
Okay. This is August 1st.
August 8th.
Oh, okay.
But it takes 6 days to install them.
But they just received them. And according to the reports, the staffers didn't do anything to fix them or repair them.
So because they got an Amazon delivery and they're like, we'll open it later.
We'll take it up. We'll take it up later. Yeah, exactly. Okay, August 9th now, a federal court unsealed 2,000 pages of documents about Epstein's case to the public. So this is when, August 9th is when everything exploded about his case. Like,
And everyone's like, what the
all
fuck?
the info came out. Everything came out on who he was with. You know, it got real nuts, basically. I'm sure you guys remember.
Oh,
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So per Epstein's attorney, he met with him and he appeared upbeat and looking forward to the future. His cellmate was transferred out of the prison on a prison transfer, which per the report is a normal occurrence.
So they sent
I
him.
mean, that sounds normal. Sure.
This is the night before he committed suicide.
right.
Or he died.
died.
So
He
his
literally
cellmate was
died.
transferred out the night
Perfect.
before.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then a camera, some footage shows that 2 guards failed to perform the normal count the night before his suicide. So usually they walk around and they go, cellmate 5, 6,
Head
7,
count.
count. Yeah.
Head count before
Epstein
the lights
Supposed
off.
to do- yeah. right before the lights
Epstein?
out.
Okay.
They,
Present?
They didn't do it per the footage, and they falsified the document saying they did do it. A review of prison records revealed that the officers failed to complete the proper 30-minute rounds at 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. So every couple hours, they're supposed to do a 30-minute round.
Okay,
They
real
walk
quick.
around.
Real quick.
Yeah.
How do they have footage of them not doing this? But
Because they still had half of footage, half of the.
Oh,
the
it was just his
yeah.
specific cameras on his shit was. Oh, that's part of the half.
So there's cameras in every cell? Or
Not quite the cell, but
I think it's
every,
like outside, like
yeah,
the corridor.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think I'm sure there's some privacy thing where you can't have a camera into each cell. I don't know.
yeah.
I have to look that up.
Oh, I'm just wondering, okay, so but there is cameras right outside
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we're recording.
Yeah.
but only half of them.
Yeah. Only half of them. Correct. Yeah. And so every 2 hours, they're supposed to do a 30-minute round.
Okay.
Okay. That's just their job.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Walk.
Yeah.
Just walk
They do
and
count.
make sure
Yeah.
everyone's alive and go back to your desk.
There's a officer named Tova Noel. She's a 31-year-old officer at MCC. She begins the first of 2 back-to-back 8-hour shifts in the SHU.
Okay.
Noel had been employed as a correctional officer since 2016. So Noel and an unnamed officer, which is dubbed Officer 1, do not perform the required 4 p.m. count.
But they forge it that they did.
They complete and sign a count slip falsifying saying they did. The count slip is collected, delivered to the control center where officers are responsible for comparing the count slips to the inmate roster. Okay, so based on the falsified count slip, the control center then clears the 4 p.m. count.
Okay.
Because based on the false slip, yeah? So at 10 p.m., all inmates are locked in their cells for the night. So at 10 p.m., Noel and an unnamed officer 2 do not perform their 10 p.m. count. They also falsify that they did do it.
So there's literally there's like a 6-hour period where they don't even know what's happening.
That's right. Yeah.
yeah, but if they do this, I mean, not justifying. I'm just saying they do this every day. They just get
Every
lazy
day.
and they're
And
just
then
like,
they're
"Ah,
on
fuck this shit."
I understand skipping one count, but skipping both counts? What
Yeah,
the fuck
true,
are you doing?
true.
Your job's not that hard.
I know,
walk
right?
around.
Just walk around.
Also, they are on a double shift.
But
Yeah.
that's
It does add to it.
But it's
right? It does add-
a 6 hour difference. They could have took a nap then during that 6
Oh, yeah,
hours.
it keeps going. 10:30 p.m. Noelle briefly walks up to and walks back from the door to the tier in which Epstein was housed.
So she doesn't even
doesn't
see-
go.
She doesn't
She
go.
didn't even check that.
She didn't even check the door,
Right.
or she didn't even check
She was
the
like,
cell. She just walked to the
"Oh,
tier, right?
I left my wallet over there.
Got to get my steps
Yes.
in.
So this is the last time anyone walks up to the entrance to where his cell was. Okay, that's at 10:30. So 10:36, falsified the count slip again. Control center clears it. Midnight, Michael Thomas, which is a 41-year-old officer at MCC, begins his 8-hour shift on duty in the SHU. He's been there for 14 years. Thomas and Noelle are the only now 2 correctional officers on duty. They do not perform the midnight count.
Jesus
Oh my God.
So it's like all the counts. And everybody's like, they've been working hard. And it's like literally like 18 hours of time. Look at that,
Doing
no
nothing,
counts.
just TikToking.
I know, literally TikTok.
But they signed the document
That
saying they did.
Yeah, yeah.
I think these is late, like the
So
laziest people.
this is the third time that you skip the count
Fool
in
me
a
once. But you can't,
Fool
you
me,
can't
can't
fool
get
me.
fooled again.
Yeah. 3 times you fool me.
Also,
What is that?
Can't you just do one and then skip one and then?
I know, like,
you know
just
what I mean?
do
So
every
they've done
other-
3 in a row where they skipped and then they falsified. Yeah. Okay.
And don't they think they're on camera too? Like they're not even like trying to hide it. Like
Maybe they think the cameras don't work. Maybe that's why they don't want to fix the cameras.
I know, they're like,
True.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. So Noelle and Thomas, they sit at the officer's desk area and they use the computers and move around the SHU common area for about 2 hours. They sit unmoving. It's determined that they fell asleep for 2 hours.
I'm gonna say unmoving is like really difficult to do.
But also, how do you fall asleep with another person?
Like, yo, wake up, bro.
Yes, one of you stay awake.
You simultaneously pass out.
Noel uses the computer periodically, including to search the internet for furniture sales and benefits. For like insurance benefits.
He's like Benny's or shit. He's like, fuck this. I'm not doing no damn counts.
Yeah.
My premiums are too high.
Paid enough for this. I'm getting my benefits for this.
It was found that Thomas used the computer at 1 a.m., 4 a.m., and 6 a.m.
Like porn.
to search motorcycle sales and news and sports.
So they're just like, this job sucks. This is what I'm fucking killing the
At 4 a.m., the overnight supervisor visits Noelle and Thomas in the SHU and just chats with them before leaving.
How was your nap? It's good. It's good.
All good, sir.
5 a.m., they do not do the count. They go and they sign the document saying that they did do the
So
count.
it's like 4 counts that they did not do.
So at 5 a.m., the control center clears the count because of the
Yeah,
document.
because of the lie.
Yeah. 5:30 a.m., another officer briefly walks through the SHU area. Video shows no one else entered the SHU, no one conducted any counts or rounds throughout the night, and no one entered the tier where Epstein was housed. At 6, Noelle and Thomas receive the breakfast cart. 6:30, Noelle and Thomas walk up to and enter the tier in which Epstein was housed. 6:33, an alarm is activated in the SHU because Epstein is alone in his cell and not responsive with a bed sheet strip around his neck. Epstein never responded to the knocking. The staffers then unlocked his cell, and then that's where they found him. So this is what they said. They said, one end of a piece of orange cloth around his neck and the other end tied to the top portion of a bunk bed in his cell. Immediately after finding Epstein, jail staff activated a body alarm to alert all the staff and workers in the control center, call 911. Jail staff then ripped the orange cloth, causing Epstein to drop to the ground. They start CPR on him. An unnamed Supervisor 1, who had just started his shift, responds to the alarm immediately. Noelle approaches the door to the SHU to open it for the supervisor and says, Epstein hung himself. Afterward, Noelle told him or her, we did not complete the 3 a.m. nor the 5 a.m. rounds.
Nor the 12 a.m.,
Yeah.
nor the 8 p.m., nor the 6 p.m.
They said, we messed up and I messed up. She's not to blame. We didn't do any rounds.
She is
Obviously,
to blame.
It's the two people that they're, the two officers. Who
I know, but like, how
they're-
was she not to
yes.
blame? She didn't fucking do the rounds either.
Yep.
So 6:33, the CPR, they continue. They use a defibrillator, and they move him to the health services at the unit. Paramedics arrive and perform CPR.
Again?
They give him medicine and fluids, but
Was he breathing?
20 minutes.
Yeah. Did he show any signs? I mean,
Doesn't say in the report.
I mean, because when they like used to be like, oh, he's dead. Breathe into him.
Yeah.
CPR.
one time.
So-
I know, one time,
as soon as
sure.
you get in there.
The
So
second
he's-
time, though?
So he's pronounced dead at 7:36.
AM.
Yeah.
I just want to make a quick point because this is a very important point, which we'll probably get into. But there's a reason why when people hang themselves, they kick the chair out, you know, because the body instantly reacts to keep itself alive.
Yes.
Right.
Even
It's like a survival mechanism.
For sure.
Or
it happens
you know.
every time. It's why you
It's
can't
like you
drown
can't
yourself.
burn yourself. Like you grab something hot, you're gonna.
You let
Yeah.
it go. The body
Yeah.
automatically lets it go.
Yeah.
You can't drown yourself because your
Right.
body instinctively is give me air now.
Yeah.
And like you pull yourself out.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was on his knees, he would just be like, okay, I can't, I fuck it.
It's true, huh?
Yeah.
No,
oh, 100%.
it'd be different if it was his body weight laying back to the thing and he can't do anything. He struggles, but he can't stand up. Or
Yeah, if he
That's
couldn't
a
touch the ground, yeah, that's
a different thing.
Yeah.
But if you're on your knees leaning forward, you would just lean backwards to stop from dying. It's like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but lean backwards.
Yeah. Your body should almost jerk back.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Unless you know, a lot of times too, it's when they hang people, they goes down and their neck snaps, and then they.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So, unless he was full steam and snapped his own
He,
neck,
like,
which
jumped from the
did
top
not
bunk?
which did not happen, jumped from the top bunk, but then he lands on his knees like, no, it's
Perfectly
impossible.
placed.
It's crazy. So it was determined that half of the recording system was unrecoverable.
Yeah, because they didn't fucking install the.
Yeah.
So the
Okay,
real
fine.
question is
But-
what recordings were not recoverable? Because what
Right,
they're
but
doing,
there was enough recording there recoverable to show that
They didn't do the rounds.
they didn't do the rounds.
Now, so if
what
it shows that, then it shows, where his cell is. So
Right.
then it would show, if it recorded that, it would show if there was somebody that went in there.
That's right. And so in this report, it's saying that nobody went in there.
That's right.
So you mean to tell me there's only one way to access this place?
I'm just
I'm just
telling
saying
you
that's
that,
a fine. That's literally they don't build buildings like that, even if it's a prison fire hazard. What if the one entrance is on fire? Oh well, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
You can't get out. You have to have multiple exit points. You don't
There's
build.
gotta be more.
You don't build something with only one way because if something compromises,
No, you're right.
that way.
So there's probably an angle that leads up to his cell from a different way, right?
I guarantee there's a different
But if the first angle is recording, then it would have picked them up anyway if somebody went in there.
No.
I mean,
No.
we're gonna get into maybe if it was
Yeah.
doctored or messed with.
What happens is where they're showing was them like entering, I guess, into the space, but I don't think there's multiple tiers.
Yeah, there's
like-
what, 8? It was 8
Yeah,
tiers.
there's 8 tiers.
Right.
So I think there's like the main entrance and it shows people going into the tier
Oh, okay.
play.
So this is what I wanted to verify.
Yeah, it's
then.
not, I don't think it's like in front of his thing and there's
Yeah,
no.
so let's say
no,
I thought you meant like there was a camera on his hallway which shows his door, which would show if anybody.
No,
That's what they're saying.
Right.
Well, no, I think
That's what I'm saying. So if
I
there's a
think-
camera
I
on his
think
door.
I think what they're saying is that they didn't make the rounds because the ones that were working, they never were there. They never went to those tiers, and then they didn't do the rounds because no one walked on this pathway. It doesn't say specifically Epstein's tier. It just says they looked at the reports and they clearly didn't do their rounds because they were shown not walking on the ones that were working.
Yeah, we need to clarify that because I understood you were saying, Eric, that
Yeah.
it clearly shows them if like that one part where she walked up to his door and then they walked back.
The problem is,
So
is
they
that
have
we
that
don't
on
know
video.
the layout.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know
right.
that
That's
at all.
really gonna be the
I'm
problem.
just
Yeah.
totally
You know.
I'm speculating.
Yeah,
on it.
same, yeah.
But in this part of the report, it says video surveillance shows no one else entered the shoe.
The shoe, see the entrance.
It's
yeah,
just
the main
Right.
entrance.
It's the whole section.
Yeah, it's like a
I don't
sector.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Is there one hallway? I don't know.
I don't know
We
either.
don't know.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Says no one conducted any counts or rounds throughout the night, and no one entered the tier where Epstein was housed.
So maybe they did have a thing on that tier? I don't know. But then the fact that they say that
It's pretty vague.
the fact that they're saying that some of the data wasn't recoverable means that's out of the video that they did have.
Yeah.
Right.
Because obviously
Totally.
if there's nothing to recover, it's
Why would you
what
have
I
mentioned
don't-
that?
Why would you even say
What I don't
That's
like,
true.
what I don't like about the report is they don't say what angles were not recoverable.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then also, why wasn't it recoverable?
Yeah.
Oh, it's corrupted.
Yeah.
Whoopsies, we burned it.
So
I know. Shit.
yeah,
There was a fire.
it does kind of read like because they do cover their. It sounds a little bit like the Warren Commission, where you're
Yes,
covering
yes.
something ahead.
Oh, yeah.
So this is before he's even dead.
Yeah, they were like,
In the report, they state something.
just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds very much the Warren Commission.
Yeah, because they were like,
yeah.
we don't want to go to prison. for
Yeah.
this.
right, right.
So the New York City medical examiner, Barbara Sampson, she conducted a 4-hour autopsy on Epstein, and she ruled it a suicide, and it was the first suicide in 14 years in the MCC, which is that facility. Yeah, which is kind of a lot.
Well, yeah, because they're supposed to be so locked down under surveillance. Every 2 hours, they're
Yeah,
checking in
they're
on
doing counts.
I mean, there's a reason there hasn't been a suicide in 14 years.
Yeah, because
You know?
yeah.
There's more suicides at a hotel.
I know. Jesus, there's more suicides at fucking theme parks than
Yeah.
there's at this place.
So Epstein's lawyer.
Now, hold on a second. Did the autopsy show any kind of
Yeah,
drug? Okay.
check this out. Yeah, so Epstein's lawyer sent somebody to go along with the autopsy. They didn't want just the New York medical examiner.
Oh, they wanted their own expert.
So they sent
Everything looks fine
pathologist Michael Baden to observe the autopsy, and this guy's thousands of autopsies. I think he even did OJ's, or not OJ's, but Nicole's.
Nicole's, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like he's a very famous person in pathology, and that
But
sort of
just
thing.
real quick, just before we get into it, like the only thing that sucks about that is because, especially even if you look at court cases, you pay an expert, and you are paying the expert to do the spin that you want.
Totally.
And that's the thing that sucks. The thing that sucks because you never really know.
I know.
Because the fact that it was his
suck.
lawyer doing it, you're gonna get the
He was
spin.
also paid by his brother.
Yeah, you're gonna get the spin that they want. It doesn't matter how big the expert, because you always have like two experts, both accredited. They're against each other.
And it sucks because everything he says, you're gonna have that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, you're gonna think,
Right.
who knows if it's true. That's
Yeah.
why I just wanted to say it, because
Yeah,
it
you're
is.
right.
It happens
You're
all the
right.
time. It's
You're
not
right.
just this case.
It's very logical.
It's true. It does,
Yeah,
dude. They
very
fucking because you're like, oh, I went to Harvard too, and
Yeah.
I don't believe this happened. He's like, well, I went to Harvard and I believe it happened, and then like you're like, fuck.
So Epstein's lawyers sent pathologist Michael Baden to observe the autopsy. And then reports started coming out that there were broken bones found in his neck.
I heard
Yeah?
about that. Yeah.
Now, this can occur in the suicide of elderly people. I don't know if we would put Epstein in the elderly category.
No. Anybody fucking that many times a day is not elderly.
That's
sorry.
right. That's right.
I know that's the only thing I have to operate off of, but like, and it's also true.
Yeah, but I mean, would you...
It's also true. It's like you find that, like I said, if someone is being drop hanged, execution style, their neck will break.
Right.
Yeah.
But usually in a hanging, it's already tight, and you kick the thing out, and then you die.
Yeah.
Especially he's on his knees.
Yeah.
How? If he just leans forward, he's just going to suffer. Why would that break his bones if he's on his knees leaning forward?
Here's the thing is he was 66.
That's not
So
that
he's,
old, bro.
he's 1 year older than what I guess is the official elderly statement.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because 65 is
You know what?
retirement.
You know what they mean by
65
elderly?
I know,
that's right.
No, I know, but I
Like,
mean, I'm just saying,
Dude, like my
But
dad,
this is
my,
what- this
my
is
dad's
what-
in his 60s and he's way more fit than me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
way
no,
more
it's
fit.
true. I
All
mean,
of
look at
us.
RFK Jr. Killing
I'm like,
the
dude,
game.
he's ripped.
ripped.
He's fucking
Oh,
ripped.
I
Dude.
saw his shirt. I was like, this is CGI.
Dude, he was pumping out
This is
push-ups
fake.
and shit. I was like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
this is fake.
Damn.
Yeah.
I also thought it was fake. and then I had to Google it again, and I was like, holy shit, it's real.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the problem. So according to forensic experts and Baden, the broken bones in the neck are common in homicide.
Yeah.
Strangulation.
Even Baden said that.
Yes.
Wow.
Baden said
Paid
that.
expert was like,
Yeah.
it was kind of like he got killed.
Yeah. So Epstein's lawyer released a joint statement with Baden after the medical examiner report, expressing dissatisfaction with it, challenging conclusions, and saying a more complete response was needed and forthcoming.
Oh, wait. Whoa. This is odd. So I expected the lawyer to be like, it was a suicide.
Yeah.
But the lawyer's like, no, this is bullshit. Interesting. Okay.
They said that the defense team fully intended to continue its own investigation into these circumstances, including legal action, camera footage, everything. Here's kind of what Baden said, right? Which was he's 6 feet tall, weighed 185, and that he couldn't. It's not very likely that he could have hung himself from a lower bunk.
I know it's
because the angle alone is pretty difficult to do. Photos taken afterwards also showed his top bunk had tons of bottles and medicine standing upright on the top bunk. So
if he would have, it would have
he had
shook
all
it.
that weight pushing it forward.
They would have dropped. Yeah, something would have dropped.
Yeah, exactly. And then in addition, and you can look up the photos if you go look it up.
Yeah.
He has this sleep apnea machine.
Oh yeah, like the CPAP, CPAP machine. Yeah.
It's got a long cord.
Mm-hmm.
So the argument
could've
is,
used the
why
cord.
didn't he just strangle himself with the cord?
I know it's like thick, and he's like sheets.
Yeah.
Yes, it didn't work the first time. Yeah. Fool me can't get fooled again.
So Epstein's hyoid bone and other bone was broken, and it's disputed whether this is more hanging or strangulation. And it's basically a small U-shaped, like horseshoe solitary bone in the midline of your neck.
Yeah, kind of like where the larynx is. Like most people, when they get strangled, the larynx is crushed.
There you
and
go.
Like those bones get crushed too.
So, okay, so say, I know this is morbid, but say you hang yourself. Okay, so the noose gets pulled, and it is going to go as high as
That's right.
physics will take it.
Yeah, of course.
Which is up to your jaw, essentially, right? And so obviously now we know that he was leaning forward, but it was very low. So these bones are lower.
Right.
Oh, so they're here. It would have just naturally displayed like gravity.
So he's going forward. Yeah, and eventually, based on his body leaning forward and dying or like flailing forward, it would have gone all the way.
Yeah,
to the
it
top.
still would have been. Yeah,
That's the idea.
and that's what closes the windpipe. It's like
Yeah.
So you're saying it looks more like the strangulation and then set it up.
strangled in stage.
So here's what he says, and this is
Who says Bonham?
Michael Baden. Michael
okay.
Baden, the pathologist.
Right.
Okay. And this is damning. Like this is the statement. This is a conspiracy theorist
Wet
fucking
dream?
right here. Yeah.
He was fucking murdered.
There were fractures of the left, the right thyroid cartilage, and the left hyoid bone. I have never seen 3 fractures like this in a suicidal hanging. I've been going over 1,000 jail hangings, suicides in the New York City state prisons over the past 40 to 50 years. Not one had 3 fractures.
Damn. Okay, that is a statistic. I mean, I know what I said about them having their being paid, but that's a hard stat to refute.
Right.
1,000 of hangings in the prison system.
What are the odds?
So that mean they're using the same materials.
Yeah.
Like it's like
There's not very many materials.
sheets.
Sheets.
I know, but I'm
Sheets and sleep apnea machines.
sleep apnea machines.
Jesus.
Like,
I can't even get a sleep apnea machine for me. You know,
How the fuck did he get one?
you know the last phone call I made uninterrupted? This never happened.
insane. Now, I just wanted to provide a little bit of countering of this. So, neurosurgeon and CNN correspondent Sanjay Gupta asserted Epstein could have easily broken his hyoid bone in a hanging because of the bone's weakening and loss of flexibility with his age of 66. Gupta also suggested that multiple broken neck bones were more characteristic of hanging. Gerald Rotz, chief of spinal surgery at Emory Hospital, stated that multiple broken neck bones are consistent with hanging. And a couple other people are, this is not sufficient proof of a homicide.
I love how I always think it's funny. It's like the guy who specializes on the brain.
Right.
It's like, the neck.
I know,
the
they
neck is
they get
the
him
guy
in for
who's like
everything.
The spinal surgeon, like the foot surgeon, the foot doctor is like, the fucking neck shit breaks all the time. And the hanging's like, why do they have like a, I don't know, I would feel better like a trauma doctor, like an ER doctor.
So these guys all say it was in line with the hanging, but then the paid pathologist, right?
True.
So he's saying
My thing is,
he's saying that he's the one that did 1,000.
got the stats. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that-
And in 40 to 50 years, he's never seen 3 bones broken.
See, that's why I always gravitate towards actual statistics, what's happened. Because
I know.
is it possible that those bones broke hanging? Sure.
Right.
I think it's totally possible. But the fact that none of these other motherfuckers who could like that stats are truth.
it's hard.
That's what has happened.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
when
hard.
you're, like statistically, that same kind of suicide hanging from the top bunk, whatever.
1 in
that's-
1,000.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
1 in 1,000 is a very.
Okay, so according to Baden, the neck wound was in the center of Epstein's neck, not under his mandibles.
By the way, mandible, that's just like the jawbone, like the mandible bone. That's what they call it.
Yeah. Baden said this is more common when a victim is strangled by a wire or by cord.
Oh, because it's behind and you're coming from behind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Baden also said that the wound was much thinner than that of a strip of bedsheet. And although
he got like the candle wire there.
and although there was blood found on Epstein's neck, it was not on the bedsheet.
What the fuck? How is that
What?
possible? The bedsheet was on the neck. How could it not be on the neck? Was it Epstein's blood? Did they DNA test that fucking blood? That'd
That's
be
a good-
crazy,
that's a good
dude.
question.
Yeah, man, they should test that shit.
So the original medical examiner, in response to the claims by Baden,
She quit.
stood by the conclusion that it was a suicide.
$20 said she got in a car accident like a week later. Straight up.
So in June of 2023, which I don't know when that was, like now, yeah, like right now, Justice Department Inspector General confirmed that it was indeed suicide. After 100,000 documents, witnesses, not finding anything, and in 2020 there was a poll, and it found that 21% of Americans believed he killed himself.
Yeah, and
21%.
I guarantee all those people were
Paid off.
not. They were not lucid. They literally interviewed like crackheads. You believe me? Who's that? He want a cheeseburger? He killed himself.
I mean, OJ almost has that number.
Yeah.
80%. You know what I mean? Like that's how many
fuck.
people, anyways. So that's the death of Epstein, and just a couple really weird, I guess in summary of the weirdness that I found when we're going over all this is, so he's 6 feet tall. He hung himself from the lower bunk on his knees.
I know the lower bunk, which is like 2 feet off the ground, maybe.
Yeah. If you go look at the photos, there are a dozen bed sheets in there.
How does he have so
What
many
do you
bed sheets?
There are a dozen.
There's 12 bed sheets.
There's 12 different bed sheets.
What?
Yeah, there might even be more. I'm just giving a number. It's tons. You go look at the photo, and there's bed sheets everywhere.
What the fuck?
And here's the crazy part: he tried to kill himself 2 weeks earlier with bed sheets.
Right.
They're like,
Give him a couple more.
he calls a concierge. I need some more bed sheets in cell one, please.
It's insane. In the photos, there's a
insane.
sleep apnea machine. I mean, this thing's got a cord.
Okay,
It's got to be 3 or 4 feet.
first off,
cord.
the fact
You know
that
what I
they
mean?
But that's like a plastic cord, right? Is that what you're talking about?
It depends on the quality.
Or are you talking about the
it's gotta
extension
be,
cord?
it's got to be plugged
Could
in.
both.
It's
I don't know,
got to have
yeah.
power. It's got to be plugged in.
So that's what you're talking about, because that
Both,
could definitely.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
just thought that the CPAP machines were like this plastic.
It is.
tube.
It's like a breathing.
So if you're going to use anything, it would be the power cord.
Power
of
cord
that.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I can't believe they let him have a CPAP machine. What kind of fucking cush ass prison?
I know, right?
How many? I guarantee 30% of all prisoners have sleep apnea, and they don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, you're gonna be snoring tonight. Like, fucking.
So, all in all, the guards skipped 5 counts. So they skipped 5 counts, and then they falsified those counts.
Yeah.
So that's obviously stupid. There's video of them falling asleep for 2 hours
Simultaneously.
at the same
no
time.
fucking simultaneously.
Surfing the web.
Looking at motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, the homie's looking at
Instead of
Benny's.
walking around.
You know he can't afford no motorcycle. Fuck out of here.
All the video footage that's deleted. Or
I know.
technical problems.
It's corrupted.
Deleted or never recorded? Or
No.
Question we don't know.
Unrecoverable.
Yeah.
That's the word, unrecoverable.
Oopsies.
So there you go. That's the death of Epstein. And so now, in present day, or at least nearby, Ghislaine was charged. Mm-hmm. She got 20 years.
Which is like a fucking ridiculous. I feel like she should have got like
It's a joke.
7 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared Fogle got 15.
Which is also
Yeah, there you
bullshit.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
Well, yeah, but in comparison.
But he didn't traffic 100.
No,
That's right.
Yeah, it's true. He wasn't
You know what I mean?
He
trafficking.
just
I
found
feel like
shit on his computer.
Yeah.
and
I feel
all
like
that, right?
I feel like trafficking should be way
Yeah.
more like
Hell yeah.
steep.
Yeah.
Yeah, criminal enterprise for the sex trade of underage and probably overage women.
Additionally, though, I went through a lot of the court documents for Ghislaine, and a lot did come out, including the girl, a lot of those interviews that we went over and stuff like that. A lot of that did come out in the trial
from
of
there.
hers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody she didn't name a single name.
That's the thing that blew me away. Not a one
Not
name.
on one name.
And like, why is she?
And that black book never came out, right?
Yeah, not even like a low-level, D-level celebrity.
I know.
Nobody.
But like, why wouldn't she though?
fucked up.
That's the thing. Maybe she.
I know.
No, probably.
Then maybe it was like, you want to die, or
you want to get hanged from the bottom bunk too?
I mean, how old is she?
I don't know.
gotta
She's
be
got to be
60?
in her 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning, if she's good behavior, she'll get on 10.
Maybe she probably just doesn't want to die. I guarantee you, she just doesn't want to get. She doesn't
She
want to.
better not get out
She
of
doesn't
there.
want to
What the
kill.
fuck?
She doesn't want to kill herself. That's what
That's
she,
right,
that's what
that's
she doesn't
So
want.
when she was sentenced, she was 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if she gets out in 10,
Se-
70, I mean, she'll still have a life.
really though?
Yeah, it's fucked
What kind
up.
of life's
That's
that going to
fucked
be? Every time you go
Crazy, I
anywhere,
know.
everyone's going to be like, "We hate you."
Yeah. And then also recently, J.P. Morgan Chase settled a suit with the victims, claiming the bank ignored warnings about him. They settled for $290 million last month.
It's just such an obnoxious amount of money.
Or this month, actually, like a week ago.
I guarantee.
Wow.
I guarantee J.P. Morgan did that because they were probably funneling and investing money made from the sex trafficking ring.
So
So it's probably fucking cheaper for them to just pay all this shit.
Yep.
Because how are
that
they
is
held
such a big
responsible?
price tag. That's what we were talking about earlier,
Right.
right? Is just because you're a bank.
You're supposed to vet him for.
Well, here's the thing. So here's at least.
I mean, I guess. Well, it
From
did
the
turn out
case.
to be. I was gonna say you don't vet him just if he's a pedophile, but when there's a criminal enterprise going on and there's
Yeah, and I think they probably knew.
yeah.
And the
Right.
thing is, like,
That's what it has
to be. So, yeah, the
because
complaint
if they
said-
didn't know, they'd be like, "Fuck off, we're not paying shit."
right.
Yeah, so the complaint said that the bank had overlooked a bunch of red flags in his activity, and people who warned him and said, hey, he's a sex offender and he's doing all these weird things, including huge cash withdrawals where they would flag you really hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they provided banking services for him from 1998 to 2013, which it was determined by federal authorities that that's the worst of his time period.
Yeah, that's literally the height of his
That's
fucking
when he did the
psycho
worst.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, your money's good here.
But-
Your money's good here, Jeffrey.
I'm not saying it's wrong and great. I hope they got as much money as they can, but
Yeah.
it seems like a lot for just having him as a client.
No, that's the thing is like it's not.
$250 million.
But Eric, it's not because what
I know, but I'm just, you know.
what bank would give away that money if they didn't think they did anything wrong?
I know. No, I know.
That's right.
That's why.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
that
It
is
It just
a lot
seems
of money.
there's more to the story.
No, but the thing is
Right.
like
Yeah.
the thing is like that's a settlement. They
Yeah.
Exactly.
No one made them. It wasn't a court order.
No.
It wasn't like
No.
the federal government's like pay them the
Yeah.
money. They're okay. We'll settle. We'll
Yeah,
settle.
they didn't lose the case.
No, meaning that means that they voluntarily decided to give that money.
right.
No
That says-
one,
that
no
says a
one
lot.
made them give them that money.
right.
It'd be different if the justice system was like, hey, you know, he was your client, you have to pay this much money. I'd be like, okay, that's a little much.
Yeah.
But the fact that they decided to means that they thought they were getting a deal.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. They were
Like,
getting out of it.
They were getting
Yes.
a deal. They're like,
Yes.
worth it.
Yeah.
300 million? Fuck yeah, we'll do
And
it.
it's not the only case. There's another bank that they settled $75 million.
Really?
You know, on this exact thing where he was friends with one of the top level, the C level, you know, bankers and
Well, dude, they'll shut your fucking the whole bank could go under.
Yeah.
Because if you're known, like for example, it's like
Yeah,
imagine
sure.
like you're the
Imagine you're
you're the bank that's funneling all the cartels' money.
Oh my
You
gosh.
think once that gets found out, the government's gonna be allowed to let that stand? They're like, well, you're all gone.
right.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we'll set it. Don't look into it anymore. Don't look at us. We're good guys.
Yeah. And they're one of the biggest banks. I mean, they're not going to go. They're not going to go under. So 300 mil, that's nothing to them.
Yeah, they're like fucking. They're like
Crazy.
loan.
Yeah.
Government will bail us out anyways.
That's true. Shit.
Okay, so that is Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine.
Hmm?
That's the whole thing.
He was murdered.
I mean,
Yeah, I just want to say he was
100
taken out. He was
so
taken out.
let's take it
Taken
up.
out.
Let's take it
murder.
up. Let's take it up in parts because we did do 4 episodes
the
on
fact
this.
is, they didn't even try. They didn't even do a
So-
good job trying to hide it.
So let's start.
They hung him from the floor.
Let's start.
Jesus fuck.
So let's start because here are the conspiracies really of it, and it's weird because they're very basic and everybody agrees on them. It's not like a outlandish like the dinosaur. He had a dinosaur lab and
like a velociraptor.
yeah, and he wanted to create this place called Jurassic Park. No, it was like everybody goes. It's because everybody agrees. it was because he was hiding the sins of others.
And I think
And he got paid for those sins.
And I think they knew eventually he would fold because he's like, fuck this. Like, why would I have all the secrets anyways?
Yeah.
To use them. That's the whole point.
Yeah. So I guess
They or just one person, like we were saying before.
Right.
You know, somebody very powerful that had something.
It could,
You know,
So let's start with how he got his money. At the time of his death, he was estimated to be worth $500 million.
okay.
Fuck.
you
That's
know,
insane. So
I think
we know of one client. I mean, granted, he became power of attorney of that $6 billion man. You know what I mean?
No, I think he was using I think he started and he was just a total, just a nobody, but he was able to like schmooze his way in. And then I think he used a system that worked for him with Lex.
Yeah.
Which was you get dirt on them and then they'll become a piggy bank. And then
you just do consulting fees.
yeah, and
or
you can
whatever.
you can leverage that forever. Then on the side he's got his fucking sex trafficking business. So what he does, he gets the rich people, he gets the chicks in, and then he's like, okay, well then you can either purchase them or I can then leverage this what I know that you do now in order to now I get consulting fees from you, and now you'll invest in my thing, and then you just keep leveraging everyone's all the dirt you have just to keep getting money, and then they're all funding you, and then you just get to live your weird life.
It's like Madoff scheme, but blackmail.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
But it's not the hey, you're gonna make money on this. It's
It's not a Ponzi scheme.
blackmail
It's a pedo scheme.
yeah,
It's a pedo scheme.
pedo pyramid.
Yeah, you use your leverage to then leverage more money.
Yeah.
And then they have to pay you, otherwise they're fucked.
Yeah, or they, you know, maybe some of them you don't have leverage, but they want to fucking just pay to be able to.
I totally think some will just pay.
Yeah,
Like you can't film
It's
it.
not
but-
even blackmail.
No,
It's
no.
just
no, it's like, hey, just
I
give me-
dig this arrangement. Like kind of
Yeah, like
Give
what
me
what
a
account?
mil,
What
2
account?
mils, whatever it is a month. I'll fly you in my jet. Nobody's gonna know nothing.
Oh, you think it's like
know?
a subscription model?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ! It's like a $1 a month. Like, what the-
subscription model.
I'm not
It's
trying to
Netflix.
downplay this.
Yeah, it's like
I know it's
Netflix.
like a premium member. Jesus, I'm so fucked up.
That whole fucking human trafficking industry is just so
It's so-
nasty, so dark, and fucking.
Quick shout out, but the Sound of Freedom. Everybody's
Yeah.
gonna see this fucking movie.
That's right.
Go see the Sound of Freedom. It's like Jim Caviezel, good for fucking you. The guy he portrays is a real dude who I follow on Instagram and social media. Dude, guy's fucking awesome.
Oh, is that the OUR guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
And dude, that guy's Ted something. I don't forget his name, but dude, the guy's saved hundreds and hundreds of kids from sex trafficking.
Really?
The guy's
Yeah.
a legit dude, and like literally is his mission in life. Good for that guy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Go see the movie, support them
Yeah.
to stop this shit from happening.
That's right.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry, I just had to do a little plug. 'Cause-
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So okay, so that's the money. I do believe there's video.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
I guarantee there is.
Yes.
I guarantee there's video.
You cannot
believe
have
there's
that
video.
many cameras and not have some sort of recording that you're going to hang over people's head.
Okay, and then his death.
And the government's like unrecoverable.
So I wanted to talk about his death because I mean, obviously we went in depth on his death, but if we don't believe that he killed himself, somebody did, right? So that means there is a shady character, and that means or
multiple.
group or whatever.
Right.
But the question is are we any closer to knowing who that is?
No, I don't think.
No.
I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, I don't think we'll ever know.
Really?
Oh no, never. 100%. I don't think we'll ever. We will never fucking know.
No.
Really?
Never. No, because dude, you know how
It's just it's covered up so well.
dude, you know how
so
easy it would be to
tight.
just some fucking black ops contractor dude. Hey, here's the keys. It'll be unlocked. It won't be fucking film. Go in there. There's nothing.
him out.
There's nothing he can do.
Choke him out.
I mean, if nothing came
nothing
out
he
of
can do to stop
if nothing
you.
came out of the Ghislaine, but if nothing came out of her trial, why would we ever find out what the hell happened to this? You know?
I know.
No.
It's true.
And there's just too many people involved that we even know about. That it's like
Yeah.
you can't because what happens if just those people get delegitimized, it delegitimizes everything.
Yeah.
Every company that they run, everything that they've touched, every donation they've made, every foundation they have, and that's how they justify it.
Yeah.
Well, what about all the good we do?
I mean, what would it do if it's a president? You know, that would
Oh, dude, it brings the
also
whole
the husband of a candidate for presidency. Like a whole.
Well, see,
thing.
that's my thing is because, look, I think it goes deep because it's like that. But imagine the influence that has on, because you already know my stance on politicians. I hate all of them. They're all assholes. It's bullshit. Politicians are there to make money. They're there to get influence and make money. That's why you become a politician.
Yep.
Unless you're already fucking rich, like fucking.
Well, I mean, I would hope
That is for
there's
power.
I hope. I leave hope.
Dude,
I leave hope for some
I
that
have
are not
hope for
about
that,
money.
but you get thoroughly disabused by that because all the people, most of the people that do it to really make a difference, they never get that. They very rarely make it to even Congress.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if so, because you know what happens, someone else gets fucking some super PAC to give them fucking $600 million to run a campaign, and you can't beat the media. The media is the perception. And so like when all you're seeing is just the side of one person because they have a lot of money, of course you're going to believe that. That's what you see. Right. And like you want to believe they're good. Of course you do. I want to believe they're good. I think they can be good people, but the system, the way it's set up, it is not set up to help you. It's set up to help them.
Yep.
It's like this. It's the same reason. Like for example, it's like you elect officials to in essence make decisions on your behalf. But when they vote on shit, there's not like they're taking a poll, not like they're polling you, then making the vote. They make the vote. They vote for you. Your power of attorney is the person you hire to them. And they can do whatever they want. They can vote yes or no on anything they want. Shit we never hear about. You know, when they pass those bills, those 9,000-page bills, and they give you an hour to read it? Like, you know how long 9,000 pages would be on an audiobook? It'd be like 6 days like on a fucking audiobook. And then you have 2 hours to review and then vote on it.
Right.
And then they do the vote at like 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for us.
So you don't think the system works?
No, I think the system's broken,
No.
which
Yeah, I
also
think it's
fuels
broken.
it. Like,
Agree.
why no one wants to look? They don't want to look into it more because they don't want to. Then it devalues their own position, even if they weren't
Do you
involved.
think it's just it's too complicated of a system?
well,
or
it's,
it's just
co-
all
it's,
bene-
it's
there's
complicated on
just-
purpose.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's just too many windows for money to change it.
It's on purpose.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, why do we have to? Why are we spending? What is it? Maybe it's $500 billion a year on a defense budget. Why?
Yeah. Well, to stay ahead.
Like that.
It is crazy. I do agree that the government is one of the worst financial institutions.
Oh my god, it's
They
the
can't
worst.
they can't balance the budget for the life of
Dude,
them. You know what I mean?
No.
Imagine-
I never will.
Any low or middle class small business, it couldn't survive like that.
Right.
The U.S.
You
government.
just spend more than you make.
The U.S.
you know?
government-
Well, you have
is-
nobody to bail you out. That's why.
The U.S.
Can't
government
just
is
print more money.
the single most powerful degenerate gambler on earth. It's just like as soon as the money touches it, it's gone. It's instantly.
Because again, the system doesn't allow them to be okay. That's it. That's enough. I'm going
Right.
to be the guy that wants to
Right.
raise taxes or cut this
Right.
budget or whatever. And
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
but so
This
Yeah.
last point. Sorry,
Yeah.
the reason just why
turn it into
Yeah.
politics.
No,
No,
podcast.
this is
I
why,
know.
this is why I brought it up because it's not about this isn't about politics. It's just about that's why I think they don't want to care. They don't want to look. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. Like, I'm saying that it's not like all the politicians were involved. They weren't, but they don't want to know because then it minimizes their own position.
Yeah.
I see.
That's what I mean. That's
see.
why I brought it up because hey, I don't want to see no harm, no foul. Don't look at me.
I see. Well, with Epstein, so you think he was killed?
Fucking
Yes.
Oh,
You
I
think
bet
you
my
both-
life on
Oh
it.
yeah. I
You
think-
both are there.
I do.
Yeah.
If Epstein wasn't killed, and if they find like video evidence, I will hang myself from the bottom.
I was,
bunk.
I was kind of going a little bit back towards the other
I
side
know.
when you were going
A
through
little
this.
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But
now-
at the
but
same
now that we're
time,
done-
it's just 7 coincidences, and it's just too many.
It's too many.
Just too many.
It's too many.
You know,
That's right.
it's in my opinion, it's less coincident than Lee Harvey.
Dude, way less.
You know what I mean?
And Lee
It's
Harvey
just-
was the whole damn story was a damn coincidence.
Yeah. So it's just you have the most famous prisoner,
Yeah, like
and you put even if somebody intentionally put no offense to these officers, but the worst officers on them.
no full offense to these officers.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I
Lazy
mean?
pieces of
Yeah.
shit.
It's just insane. So
And that's the thing. It's like
yeah.
a couple coincidences, sure, but they didn't make 6 fucking 6 round. And
And the cameras, the recording.
My thing is like, what were they doing for the whole time?
Yeah.
They only had a couple hours
Right.
on like fucking Wayfair.
Right.
Like, what
Yeah.
else were they doing?
I do
Like,
think.
what are they doing?
I do think that if your name is on the log, it's less meaningful than everybody's played it out to be.
Yeah. Now that we went through all the.
Oh, for sure.
all
Meaning,
these
like,
episodes-
I don't think Chris Tucker did anything.
Right.
I no.
You know, I just don't think. I don't think Trump did anything. To be honest,
There's
you know what I mean?
people.
You know?
But see, that's the
Yeah.
point. Like Jorge made a great point. Is insulating himself.
Yeah.
And because
Just invite everybody.
because what's happened, like once you cast blame on somebody, everybody. But then you're like, well, Stephen Hawking physically can't rape someone. It's impossible. He can't do it. Even
That
if he
one was like a
tried.
cincher for me. I was like, okay, here we go.
So that's what then it's that creates the plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Then who did? And you'll never know.
Yeah.
And that was probably
Yeah.
part of his system to
That's
make
right,
it like,
it
see, like,
was.
you're safe. You'll be safe with me
Yeah.
because I got all these motherfuckers in here.
It's kind of like the donating money to different places, and then
Yeah.
you go, oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Okay, so we agree. I agree. He was killed.
dude,
We all agree.
he was
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, shit.
100%
I agree.
killed.
I think he was killed.
I think he was totally.
Yeah.
It's just there's.
I think it has to do with. I mean, if I were to just spit out a story, I think he has tapes, or he has documents, or he has evidence, and and then they said, great, like it got to an impasse.
Who
You ever try to
who
do
you
it?
think in particular, or what group, or what person? You know,
I don't really want to name names because I don't have any evidence,
Right,
and so I wouldn't want that upon me. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to be called a pedophile if there was zero evidence.
well, look.
Do you know, it's fine if I was caught into a room and you walked in and I was doing something I shouldn't be doing, and I'd be like, oh no, I got no evidence.
Listen, they don't have
You
to
know,
be. They don't
but-
have to be a pedophile.
Yeah.
I mean, those Victoria's Secret girls are over 18.
Totally.
They don't have to be a
Totally.
pedophile
I
to be
think-
an asshole.
I think Clinton should be looked at.
Oh, for sure.
yes.
You know, to get Secret Service for life.
Yeah.
Sends one of his homies over there.
Yeah. I mean,
Bill.
I mean, and I by all means, go get yours, Bill, but he got a blowjob in the Oval Office.
I mean, come on.
And then he got impeached for it.
I mean, come on.
Right.
You know
And then
what I
he
mean?
lied about it.
And he lied
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
right.
And then he lied about
Yeah,
it. Like,
okay. And he's like married with kids.
I know.
And he's like the president of the United States.
No, it's like, what the
Okay, like so maybe that
you're a
part of your
sexual
life.
deviant.
Yeah, maybe,
Maybe
no.
he's-
No, and maybe hey, we don't know. Also, this we don't know his relationship with Hillary.
I have no idea.
Maybe they're cool with each other on doing that stuff. We don't know.
I highlight.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying we don't even know that. But we do know.
Yeah.
We do know that he is a little loosey goosey with his
Yeah.
with that part of his life.
Yeah.
And then we do know that he was on 4 to 6 trips on the plane.
That's a
and
lot of
we
trips.
do know there were 2 to 3 island trips. And then we do know there were 2 or 3 witnesses who said they saw him on the island.
Right.
So if there was one person who I would say, hey, let's really look into,
he's
I
got the
would
most.
say it's Bill.
He's got the most clear exposure
Yeah.
to this scene.
I'd say it's Bill and Les. Or
Les
Wexner.
Lex Wexner. I don't know
say-
why he hasn't been looked in more. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they should look into him just because
Yeah.
Epstein had his power of attorney.
Right.
That alone is enough evidence. Like,
And then also there's Prince Andrew. So, okay, Prince Andrew.
but he lost all this. But the crown took all
That's
his power
fine.
away.
But you know what? Shame on you, royalty.
I know.
So you just strip him of his suit and like his royal
Status or
payments.
whatever, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know he's rich and living his life out there.
I guarantee
that
he
means
got a severance.
yeah. You know what that means? That means the entire family, the entire royal family,
Complicit.
and the British Prime Minister and everybody just said, you know what? We're going to penalize them, but we're going to keep this on a, PR wise. We're going to,
And this is-
reduce the damage.
And this is why I made my point, because
Yeah.
it delegitimizes the power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prince Andrew gets fucking convicted as a sex offender.
Yeah.
Guess what? The crown instantly goes,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and then the people are like, why are you still here?
Yep.
Like, sell Buckingham Palace, this goddamn giant 300 bedroom
Yeah.
Shit
castle
show over there.
Yeah. So I would say Bill, Wexner, Prince Andrew,
Yeah.
and then probably one major nefarious person that we have no idea.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's
You know what I mean?
because there's got to be countless
A
people.
smarter, no offense, it's probably a smarter person.
A more
than,
a more nefarious person, like
Yes,
someone
yes.
who's been playing, who's done this, who's been playing this weird
right.
game for a long time.
yeah, that's right.
And I also, just as a point, even if the only evidence was the fact that Epstein supposedly tried to commit suicide with a sheet,
Right.
and then they gave him all the sheets, and then they let him off suicide watch 31 hours later. If that was the only evidence, I would believe that he didn't kill himself.
But then you throw in all the
and
other
if you
things.
throw in everything else, like, I mean, that alone is enough. to be
7
like-
other coincidences.
Like, because they wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
They would be like, okay, take away the thing that he tried to kill himself
Yeah.
with.
yeah.
But like the fact that they were, whatever, it means that
There is so, and,
That,
just
that they needed to make it look a
yeah,
certain way.
yeah. Oh, he damn, he used the sheets again. Damn it.
I guess my final Jerry Springer thought here is, I guess the bright side is that,
He's dead.
Yeah,
they got
that's the bright
caught.
side.
They got caught and closed, and now all the lawsuits. I mean, I'm sorry about all the victims there, but I hope you guys get a lot of money.
I'm happy. I am happy.
I
That
hope the
I'm happy
victims
they're
do.
getting.
Yeah.
I'm happy
I hope
they're
they
getting
get rich as
I'm
shit.
happy they're getting something.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
it's never. There is no silver lining really.
yeah,
I mean, because the situation sucks, and obviously
Yeah.
they would much rather have it not happened to them.
Yeah.
It's just like when people, get in car accidents, they're paralyzed, but they get a payout. Cool, but they're still
I know,
paralyzed.
I know. Or even inheritances when you lose your father.
Yeah, it's you got money, but it still sucks.
Yeah, you're like, I would rather have my dad back.
But at least they got something.
Yeah,
Like anything.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like at least now they can just buy a place and never to see anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Right.
And like you said, this is now shut down. I mean,
It seems like it's
Well,
shut down, but at
least-
the same time,
at least that
you
island.
you just plugged that movie, and it's
Because
obviously
dude,
not shut down.
It is
no, I'm saying at least that island.
This specific story.
This instance, yeah.
Yes, this story.
Because I
Yeah.
do believe that is the biggest problem in humanity today.
It is,
sex trafficking is the singular biggest problem, bigger than anything. Is that because it destroys, it just destroys everything, and then it just makes people more fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like them, it's just fuck, dude. It's disgusting.
Especially because you guys have girls.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You
it's
fucking
like,
kidding me?
I don't even have.
Dude, I'm gonna be
time.
tracking my kid till she's 60.
Yeah.
Like
fucking Tampa's number 3
Really?
hub, sex trafficking hub. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I'm
That's
moving.
why, like,
I'm moving to Montana. Like, fuck this. I'm out.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
I know, it is crazy.
Thanks for that. I'm really,
I know, I
I'm
was
really
just gonna
sleep,
say,
I'm gonna sleep well tonight, Jorge.
yes.
Fucking asshole. Tell me that off air. Jesus.
All right. Well,
Christ.
that is Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and we hope more comes to light. I don't know. I do. I hope more comes to light.
comes to light because I want more people need to burn for this shit. This is not like it's not fucking cool. And the way, especially nowadays, it's getting real. Everything is getting real sexualized.
Right.
So I just think it's happening a lot, and it's
It's
even.
getting way too normalized.
Anyways, we'll fucking rant forever. But please let us know your thoughts. If there's any data that we didn't discuss or that we should have, we would love to hear it.
Yeah. I'm excited to get on a new topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Sometimes you reach like.
When
You know what I
we
mean?
got to
You're
episode 5 of JFK, we're like, get it over with, please. I'm so over this shit. Like, fuck.
So true.
We're going to be coming out with our Patreon soon, so look out for that.
We'll catch a new topic next time. We'll catch you guys later.
Nighty night.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to reach out to us, please email us at info@theconspiracypodcast.com. You can check us out on Instagram at @conspiracypodcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You can catch a new podcast almost every week. Just hit the little subscribe button at the top. It's a plus sign. We love show ideas, corrections, hate mail. Thanks a bunch.